pin code is covering is approximately 179 square kilometers, which is a huge area. And to top it, 30 to 40% of pin codes are actually written inaccurately because people don't know their pin codes that well. And we don't have any structured way in terms of writing our addresses, and that's where Pata steps in. Now to give you a brief about, what are the challenges for the users with these current, problems that we have. So every time, user has to share their long and complex addresses with people. So repeatedly explaining your address is one of the biggest problems that users are facing. Second problem is, repeatedly typing in that address. There is no methodology of sharing your long addresses. The third is that non-geotagged addresses, that users do not have existent addresses. That is one of the problems. Now, what are some of the challenges for the businesses? Businesses have quite a lot of challenges, that they do not get any geotagged addresses at this point in time. Especially when we talk about India, there are a lot of tier 2, tier 3 cities wherein bungalow cultures are there, and their addresses are not actually mapped on any of the mapping services. There does create a lot of, logistics issues and hurdles at the time of sorting of parcels in terms of hubs. Because imagine if I'm writing my PIN code, incorrectly, so my parcel might get into a different PIN code zone. So when we analyzed the impact, a lot of carbon emission is kind of increased because of, the delivery guy or anyone who's repeatedly kind of, looking out for your address. So that are the problems of Pata. Now this is the solution that we've come up. Pata is an easy way to explain your address. We basically convert your long and complex address into a unique short code which is personalized as well. Like, this person has Kumar 100 as their Pata. Your visitors can directly reach your doorstep without, calling you, and with the help of a geotagged location, voice directions, and route suggestions from the nearest landmarks. So some of the use cases of Pata is, medical services. I would like to bring into the notice of people here that, there was this a very unfortunate event happened in Gujarat. The CM of Gujarat, Mr. Vijay Rupani, his cousin brother, basically, he lost his life because the medical services could not reach to him on time. When, people investigated that why was he not being treated well, or why didn't the emergency service did not reach to him properly, because the family had given the address as simply, behind Modi school. And in the place where he lives, there are a lot of Modi schools. So which is why it could not reach in time. So as per the statistics, we found that 30% of deaths are happening because medical services are not reaching in time. How could Pata basically benefit is that, Pata is sharing that geotag location, exact geotag location with these emergency services. So while, people are panicking about that situation, they do not have to worry about explaining their addresses. The other use case is, police and fire brigade. It is one of the emergency services that, is requiring a lot of address finding as a solution. So we are also, helpful in police and fire brigade solution. Now let's talk about the e-commerce industry. How are we empowering the e-commerce industry? Now imagine as an e-commerce brand, you have that 10 fields of addresses wherein you are asking users to fill in their addresses. What is typically happening is a lot of these aggregator platforms have come in play, like Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart, etc. Now, obviously as an e-commerce independent brand, you would want your traffic to be on your website and not on these aggregated channels. A lot of these, users are getting churned out at the point of checkout because they have to fill that long address and they feel like they might just lose out कि यार अब कौन भरेगा इतना लंबा address, and what is the need. They might just rethink about buying that product. So here Pata comes in play, that for example, I just have to enter my Pata. It could be Kumar 100 and all my address lines gets auto-filled over there. As a part of e-commerce, what do they get? They get a geotag location They get photos of the property, they get voice directions, and they can then pass it on to the logistics industry. We have a lot of solutions in terms of industries. We are targeting logistics, e-commerce, automotive industries, drone industries to kind of reach out to the right address at the right point in time. So these are some of the benefits that e-commerce industry has. Talking about, the fact that as a brand image or a brand identity, it is typically hampered because, when a delivery guy is not able to reach to your address at the right point in time, the image of the e-commerce industry gets hampered because they do not feel that, any logistics partner was unable to reach there. It was more like they were not able to reach there. So, talking about our vision, basically it is to solve the complex and unstructured address problem that we have in India. And mission is to basically have digital address code for every household. Here are some ESG benefits that we have. Talking about environmental, we are helping in terms of reducing carbon emissions, reducing pollution, which will ultimately, benefit the AQI levels as well. Social, we want to give address for, basically emergency services as well. We want to facilitate them. We want to become the new language of addressing, so wherein you just have to state out to these emergency services that kindly reach to Kumar 100, and they would simply go to the app and search for that address and reach at that point in time. And governance benefit is we want to give address to everyone. One of the biggest problems, globally we've identified is that 50% of people are actually living on unnamed streets or non-existent addresses. That does debar them from, all the banking facilities, loans, medical services, because they do not have an address. My father himself, he lives at an address. His address is Choti Bazaar, Loharda. So he does not have any house number. So for him to get any loan facility, banking facility is extremely, excruciatingly painful. So we wanted to give an address for everyone. And we feel that Pata could do that by, marking that address and giving them a personalized code for their address. Talking about a future vision, we are, currently developing prototypes with drone companies, wherein we want to facilitate them with the latitude and longitude of, a person's location, because we definitely feel that drone deliveries is going to be the future of the logistics industry. And wherein we're talking about autonomous vehicle, that is the future of, where Ola and Uber are headed, manless vehicle driving. How would they reach to that proper address is through a proper Pata code, wherein that is over, latitude and longitude. So here are some of the achievements that I would like to share about us. We launched 10 months ago our app, and currently we have over 75 lakh downloads of the application. We've used tremendous response from people around the world. We launched a few of our marketing campaigns that went extremely viral, like people started knowing us about these ads, and we shot all of them in-house. So typically, giving an idea about what we aim to do is change the way people explain their address, and everyone working with us are striving to achieve that. We are over 75 lakh community stronger, and we are here to solve the problem of complex and unstructured addressing that India has. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would request Ms. Alka Sachdeva, Secretary ICRA, to kindly join us up on stage and present Kratika ma'am with a memento.
I would suggest that the complete team should join us
Yes, the
over
complete
here.
Pata Navigations Private Limited. Come on, let's join us up on stage and let's give a huge round of applause for them. It's a small token of love from the side of ICRA for Pata Navigations Private Limited, everyone. Thank you so much for your support and contribution for this conclave. Thank you. And thank you so much for giving us pata. Thank you so much, Alka ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen plenty of revolutions in India. Whether I talk about the green revolution, yellow revolution, or white revolution. Well, now we have sachet revolution in India. Well, I would request the console team to kindly play the video over here. Prasanna?
One fine morning. That day started pretty normally for Chinni Krishnan. His wife Hema went about her daily chores, the children left for school, and as always, Chinni Krishnan rode his humble bicycle and went to his school where he taught mathematics. But that particular day, his head was in a different space. He was immersed in a sea of thoughts. He carried it home that evening. He had made an important decision. He had quit his job. He wanted to pursue his dreams. Hema, the loving wife she was, didn't stop him. She knew that her husband's dream was truly noble. Whatever a rich man enjoys, a poor man should be able to afford. Equipped with an unbreakable will, Chinni Krishnan decided to make pharma products affordable to the poor. He made single-dose packs of sulfonamide, Epsom salt, boric powder and arrowroot powder that were being sold only in big packs. He started selling these monodoses directly to drugstores without the help of middlemen. He further reached out to smaller towns through vans. It was working. Shortly, he set up his own pharmacy at home, Vale's Pharmacy. The dream had gained momentum. Chinni Krishnan and Hema were traveling to Chennai. A thief stole their bag and added the much-needed twist to the tale. When the bag was retrieved, Hema noticed that the glass bottle with hair oil kept inside the bag had broken and had messed up all their clothes. Hema's casual suggestion on monodose packaging for liquids set Chinni Krishnan thinking. This was the first step towards creating sachets for liquids. Chinni Krishnan worked extensively on shampoos and hair oils with a monodose perspective. A hose pipe sparked the idea of a sachet design. Though it was logistically challenging, it pushed Chinni Krishnan to innovate further. A simple plastic sealing apparatus was the next inspiration. He modified it in a friend's workshop to create a customized sachet sealing apparatus. After multiple trials and errors, Velvet was born in a pillow pack. Chinni Krishnan started selling them directly to retailers. The going was slow but seemed promising. Chinni Krishnan passes away, suddenly, abruptly, leaving behind his big dream. But the idea was so path-breaking that it had to reach out. His sons Rajkumar and Ashok Kumar took over the mantle. Shortly, they were joined by Ranganathan and Kumaravel, his other two sons. After braving a lot of struggle, skepticism and adversity, they did it. Velvet was accepted. More and more people embraced it. As the world gaze increased, it became obvious that sachets were here to stay. As time passed, companies that were apprehensive started trials. Every big multinational followed suit and started selling shampoos in sachets. After all these years, Cabin Care has carried forward this great dream. Now every product in every category is available in sachets. Sachets have touched 1 million lives, changed people's lifestyles forever. No wonder sachets featured among the top 10 innovations of the last century, standing testimony to that one man's dream, without which this revolution would have remained a dream. Late Sri Chinni Krishnan, the father of sachet revolution.
that was an eye-opener. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on the dais the man behind the sachet revolution in India, founding chairman, First World Community. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. C.K. Ashok Kumar.
எல்லா உயிர்களும் இன்புற்று வாழ்க. May all beings be happy. The purpose of life, I would sum in one word, sum up. Be happy always and see happy faces around you always. So this is my take on life, and which I have been practicing. And I'm thoroughly impressed and congratulate Raj Sharma for the stupendous task he has undertaken. And the startup Conclave is a beautiful work by the teamwork of Raj. And I'm quite impressed with the number of stalls who have displayed their products, the innovative products. I think all credit goes to Raj and his team. Many of you may mistake, I am from North India. I am from Chennai, a Tamilian, typical Tamilian family. And what you have seen is my father's vision, which myself and my brother, Dr. Raj Kumar, both of us, we took that a powerful concept to what it became a path-breaking innovation concept, globally acknowledged and admired. So many multinationals followed our concept of sachet packing. And also our strategy of reaching out to the rural penetration, what strategies we used today. And that time in 1980s, if I say we used to paint a van, take it to villages and do a demonstration of how to use a shampoo. So that was the state when in 1980s, many Indians do not know much about shampoo. A bottle of shampoo will cost you about 40 to 50 rupees, whereas we were able to bring at 50 paise and 1 rupee. So that was the cutting edge what we gave. And more than the commerce side, my father always more compassionate to the people around him. So his idea was what a rich man enjoys, a common man should be able to afford to. So that was the driving philosophy. So that has taken the idea of sachet. All of a sudden, he passed away, leaving the mantle on us. I was at 22 at that time studying law, and my elder brother just finished he was an eye surgeon. So both of us were so enamored or passionate to see our dad's legacy to be pursued, much to the opposition of many of our relatives. Say, you are a lawyer and you are a doctor, pursue your profession. So, but we said we need to make our dad's dream come true. So that with the passion in driving us, we have, because at that time, neither me or my brother knew anything about the shampoo or the business. Just it happened, saddled on us, and then from there we took us. And they say, if you have the passion, you pursue it. The design, it is the divinity designs in such a way it make things happen. So as we progressed, many things, I think many mystical things, if I can go on talking, I will take a lot of time to cut it short. So many things came in our way which facilitated the sachet shampoo business. At that time when we took over, we have to pay the bank. We were minus 3 lakhs we owe to the bank. And it is so mystical. We started getting help from different people financially. And the marketing side, we came across many people. And sometime the Godrej wanted to sell their raw material for shampoo. So then they have sent their team to sell their raw material. And casually my brother said, why don't you take up, we have a South Indian marketing, why don't you take up North India? So, but they said we never distribute other people's brands, but the sachet concept looks interesting. So that's how Mr. Adi Godrej took special interest, and both myself and my brother, we went to Mumbai to meet Adi Godrej. He says, I like your concepts very much. We would like to be involved in the distribution of the sachet. It is already we have a network. Then they said you cannot have your own distribution and ours. You should surrender the whole national distribution network to us. We took some time to decide because South with this market is booming for us, and then we took a gamble or a risk. We said, okay, we will go with Godrej. So that was one of the defining moments in the history of Velvet. And then there is no looking back. From Godrej, it became a national brand. It was advertised in Mahabharat. So later on, we saw a mushroom of industries. One thing I would like to say is, at that time, cosmetics was charged at about 120% excise duty. So what we did is, gave about 15 lakh units. That is, we created entrepreneurs to make the sachet. What was technology-wise a cosmetic needs a high-tech lab, we made it into a cottage industry. As many as 600 small-scale units came up in Kadalur and Pondicherry. That's our place. So what our Modi ji talks about, Startup India, Stand Up India, Make in India, Digital India, without consciously knowing what we are doing, we did it in 1985. So that is the kind of entrepreneurial spirit we injected into the people around the area. And today they are all successful entrepreneurs in some business or other. So this is a lesson which I think we would like to inform. If there is a will, there is a way. So passion is what drives entrepreneurs. So if you are a passionate entrepreneur, what you will definitely achieve. So we are a standing example of that. So many youngsters today say, I don't have money. I have an idea. I don't have money. But if you are very confident and you go about steadfastly with your dream, it will come true. So it happened to us, and why not it can happen to others. All is need a will to succeed. So this famous psychiatrist says, whatever ardently dreamed and desired, imagined and acted upon meticulously, it will come true. So that is what happened in our case. And I would say what differentiates an entrepreneur from a normal person. So yesterday, Kiran Bedi ji was talking about unicorns. Unicorn is about 1 billion net worth company. So India today, the startup is a buzzword. Everybody talks of startup businesses and also innovation, and also you talk about, this is a big mantra, what you hear about the startup ecosystem. So I would say what differentiate, because when you say a unicorn, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, then you have Bill Gates, then the Googles, and now today the Amazons and the Netflix all come up to your mind. And in these are all, and in India, if you take up, you have Infosys, Narayana Murthy, you have tech companies, and also now non-tech companies are emerging. And in that sphere, my brother Ranganathan is a unicorn from South India, the Kevin Care. So this is a kind of the passion, what it drives you to become what you are today. So I would say an entrepreneur is differentiated by the strong will and the mindset what he has. So let me take you through some points. So normally a non-entrepreneur is a 9 to 5 job. That is what is a comfort zone he has got. So his mind is conditioned. So our yesterday also there is a conversation happening. Say why the mentality of India is more towards getting a safer job, a professional job, rather than an entrepreneur. Because if you take our history, we have been ruled by the Mughals and the British. So we have a safe mentality that we should work for someone. So that is the kind of mind conditioning. A middle class, a typical middle class wants to have safe security in life, and also they don't want to take any risks. So a middle class family focuses on savings and security, whereas an entrepreneur is risk taking. So they also have, they think a rich man enjoys, he drives a Ferrari or he goes in a luxury car. So, but so much of hard work has gone into his mind, or so much of stress, managing people, managing the business. So that has all gone into that. A middle class has no financial goals, whereas an entrepreneur plans his financial plans are very well clearly laid out. An entrepreneur is always a learner. He learns, he opens his eyes and ears for new things. Whereas a middle class family, he just wants, just closes. He is not interested in new things. The COVID, as you all know, has given a tremendous opportunity to Amazons or Flipkarts, who has been low, the bottom line is not all that good to before the COVID. But after the COVID, if you see, there have been a tremendous spurt in their businesses. So I think fortune knocks, you should be able to see what opportunities are available even during the adverse situations. That's what an entrepreneur can do now. The current ecosystem, when we started our business with no technology, about 600 units we were able to do. But with the support of technology, we would have done at least 1,000 of, or more than 10,000 shampoo industries at that time. So I think entrepreneur spirit, they are the warriors of the poverty, the new age warriors who can bail out India from poverty. They are the MSMEs or the backbones of our country, and we should learn China. So within 1980s, China was nowhere. I remember cycles are the only mode of transport, and Punjab used to export cycles to China. And today their mode of transport, you see, they are world leaders in all the electronics and also the railways. So they are now giving technology to railways to India and to the world. So the manufacturing is the key of the success. So transforming the Indian economy into an entrepreneurial economy is the vision of first world community, and so is ICARA. Today, as Raj has put in so much of efforts to bring in many entrepreneurs, and in this tech conclave, I was able to see many green shoots, and definitely your efforts will bear fruits in the years to come. And I could see the cheerful look and the success confidence what I could, when I went round the platforms or the stalls, I could see a lot of confidence written on everybody's face. And the vision, as I was telling, to redeem our lost glory and pride from the present status of a third world country to the first world country. So that is one of the vision of first world community. So to take back in the history, India was the richest country in the world, and in the last 300 years, we lost everything, and today we are a third world country or a developing nation. So this is the status of India. Though we have a 5 trillion dream, so unless these startups gear up and they bear the green shoots and the fruits, like companies like ICARA or First World Community, they are the catalyst to fuel the economical growth of India. So from the developing or a third world nation, we should become the first world country. So this is the aspiration of first world community, to usher in a hunger-free, a disease-free, a happy, healthy, one world, one community, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, channelizing the Indian youth power, our demographic dividend, into an entrepreneurial economy and creating world-class brands. Before COVID, India was able to get only 8 global brands, whereas China was able to create 120 global brands. So though we are tech savvy, most of our talents have gone out of India. So the challenge is to bring those talents and make them to nurture, because in no way our Indian talents and youth are inferior. We would have seen in the morning so much of talents, and they have to be groomed and channelized. So if those Sundar Pichai or Indra Nui or the Satya Nadella, who have all gone and made the US companies richer, so they should come back or they should advise, they should handhold and mentor. Our kids, our demographic dividend can only possible, our dream of $5 trillion is only possible only when not one Sundar Pichai or Indra Nooyi is possible. As a community, it should reach the last mile. So we want to take the technology of robotics and artificial intelligence and all the big data, and we want to align with ICARA as a certifying body, and we have got a project called Village Vingani, that is a village scientist. So we will be taking this technology to the last mile, they call it in the logistics. We should reach to the poorest of the poor and to the education institutions across the villages. So I would conclude, because I don't want to take much time. There is one greatest thing what in learning is the knowledge of the self. You should know who you are and what is your environment, because the human body is the eighth wonder. So you have a beautiful hardware, and software is your mind, and you have another thing, what the Wi-Fi or what is the connection. So there is an cosmic energy or the cells what is there. So you should be able to understand who you are before going into you are driving your passions. Once you are able to understand your body, mind, soul, relationships, you are learning, that is self-knowledge and awareness is the primary foundation of whatever you do. The ultimate in life is to understand these basic concepts, and making this as the foundation, you build your edifice. You will never go wrong. So once you are connected with the abundance, the nature takes care of itself. Make nature as your teacher. From the Mother Earth, you learn the patience. From the water, you learn the adaptability. From the air, you become you lose your ego. From the air, you become you omnipresent, you all lose your ego, and the fire, you become non-corrupt, you become pure. And also from the akash or the space, you are omnipotent, and you go everywhere. So the five elements are the great teachers, and if you go transcend, you think that you are the body, you are the mind, you transcend the koshas, the layers of consciousness, then you will see you are an energy body. So if you are able to see that, realize it in that state, the whole world, the universe starts supporting you. So this is what every tech or a startup should practice, because the startup is an extreme pressure, is under pressure, because they are fear of unsuccessful nature or fear of anxiety, whether it will succeed or not. So a startup is in an extreme state of confusion, or not a confusion, it is in the extreme place where he is under a lot of pressure till he succeeds. So this is like a torch. When you are going in a dark space, the awareness or self-knowledge is like a torch. It can guide you, and it can come as a handy when you are mentally disturbed. First of all, when you become aware, the self-awareness, the fear of death goes away. When fear of death goes away, everything becomes a child's play. So there is no anxiety, there is no, at that space when there is no fear, the creativity happens. The human excellence can be achieved when in a state where you are calm and peaceful, and in that tranquility you can achieve many things are possible. So I would urge my dear friends, I wish you all the best for your being a continual entrepreneurial journey. I know it is not a bed of roses. Lot of challenges are there, but ultimately when you reach to the top, nothing satisfying like that. So let us all be united in love, grow in wisdom, and merge in universal consciousness. All the best and good luck. And we at FWC would like to collaborate with ICARA and make the south and north bridge. And I thank my friend Raghavendra Prasanna, who made a decision, insisted that I should come to Delhi despite my strong resistance from my wife. I said, you should not go travel during this COVID period. But I had the intuition that I should go. So remember, friends, there will be so many things when in your journey, people will be discouraging you. Say, my wife is not meaning that I should not go. She was concerned about my health. So, but you are the person to take a decision. While we are pursuing our entrepreneur journey, so many things people said, already their business is in loss, you are a professional. So they voice out their own mind. They see from their perspective. But you are the one to take the decision. An entrepreneur should be firm in taking his decision and not to be swayed, but definitely you should learn from others, but follow none. Ultimately, you should be the decision maker of life. So life is a beautiful book. Only you should author. Don't allow others to write the book for you. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom and sharing your very inspirational story with all of us. Now, I would humbly request the President ICRA, Mr. Rajkumar Sharma, to kindly honor Dr. C.K. Ashok Kumar with a memento. I would request Mr. Prasanna to kindly join us up on stage as well. This is an honor for First World Community for doing a spectacular job building entrepreneurs all over the world. Absolutely. Yes. And pleasure is all ours, sir. Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a very interesting session. A $1 billion question is going to be answered right now. How to get funding for your startups. So So for that, I would request Mr. Sameer Dohotre, founder and CEO PSI Venture Capital, to kindly join us up on stage. Over to you, sir. Everyone is looking forward to this session.
Hello, is everybody awake? I can't hear you. Okay, I got a call to make a 1 minute. Hello? Hanji, Mr. Kapil Sharma? Yeah, this is Sameer Dahotre. I am founder of PSI VC Funding Network. कौन है बे? बात करना है, हिंदी में बात कर. अरे कपिल जी, मैं समीर हूँ. मैं आपको शार्क टाइम मालूम है ना? शार्क सब आपसे इम्प्रेस हो गए. हाँ तो क्या है? नो, मैं शार्क नहीं हूँ, मैं किलर वेल हूँ. अरे तू होगा कोई भी वेल यार, तुझे करना क्या है? नहीं, मेरे को एलिवेटर पिच देता है. क्या पिच देना है? नहीं, आप तो ए चैनल में थे, फिर उसको डिच करके बी चैनल में गए, कपिल शर्मा शो चालू किया और आप बन गए अमीर. पर आपको अभी बिल गेट्स बनना है. अच्छा, कैसे बनूंगा? आप एक काम करो, द ग्रेट कपिल शर्मा शो चालू करो और फिर उसको सोनी पे नहीं, सबको बेचो. नेटफ्लिक्स को बेचो, अमेजोन को बेचो, OTT को बेचो, फिर आप बन जाओगे बिल गेट्स. अरे वाह समीर भाई, कब मिल रहे हो? हाँ मैं आ रहा हूँ, अभी प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहा हूँ. थैंक यू. So anyway, they are setting up the laptop. Hello? Hello? अच्छा, the presentation. How do I do the slide?
This is the clicker, so this is how you change the presentation.
Okay, so this is a presentation on fundraising. It's a very important presentation. Please focus, concentrate, take notes. Okay, and I'll tell you my background. I think it's covered in another slide. So please take notes, pics of the slide. Maybe it will get uploaded later on Ekra, or maybe it may not. But I'll try and put it up on SlideShare, give Ekra the link, and then you all can take the notes. So again, the slide repeats. So it says PSI, the world's largest VC funding network. Now the problem, now you all are all startups, you all are saying trademark चाहिए, registration चाहिए. मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि Google says, yeah, this is called a Google snippet. I give an open challenge to all the startups in this room to become a featured Google snippet. So to give you an example, you put a search that which is the best startup media house. So उसमें your story नहीं आता है, snippet आता है your story का, VC circle का, entrepreneur.com का. So these are the different things. So you have to, so this is why we basically get 5 pitches a day on LinkedIn. And here on in PageRank also, we have Google page 1, rank 1, 2, and 3. So the first thing you need to understand, there's a brand called Sleepy Owl, which is making cold brew coffee, hot coffee also. And when you are taking the Indigo flight back, I would recommend you to have that. So उन लोग का क्या है कि you know, they are D2C brand. So I'm trying to tell you that they are 80% of their revenues from their website. So that is what is a D2C, that 80% of your revenue comes from your own website. And what you need to focus on is, focus on other story, copy the strategy they choose. So the strategy they choose is that they have taken interview of their first 1,000 coffee customers. कि मैडम आपको अच्छा लगा, टेस्ट अच्छा लगा, इसमें ये क्या है, वो क्या है. So that's it. Focus on the first 1,000 customers, that's all. Or the first 100. You take care of the first 100, they will take care of you. Okay? So that's what. And now my elevator pitch here, you can see, this is not an actual Google snippet, but this is just, you search for, how do I protect my products? And comes jugadukamlesh.com, India's safest agri-tech startup, and backed by Shark Piyush Bansal. So that's it. So look like $1 million. I don't mean to say everybody needs to wear suit and boot and tie, but your personality should be there. Like see, like Namrita's personality, for example. He has a very charming personality, and very, like I liked her because she said, "अरे, आप cheer करो speaker को, नहीं तो speaker को ये energy कहाँ से आएगा?" So that's what I liked about her. So, I'll start with, okay, so I've been a speaker on CNBC, Awaaz, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, along with Ola, Oyo founders. I've been on the stage with them, so I know what it takes to give a presentation in 1,000+ audience. I've been 20 years in the, I'm an engineer, and I've been 20 years in the IT industry. I've been in Microsoft. So in Microsoft, I sold 10,000 Windows servers to State Bank of India. It's a world record in Microsoft history, and it will never be broken, because now nobody has that branch servers. I mean, nobody has as many branches as SBI in the world anyway. And in HP, HCL also, in Infosys, there's a software called Finacle. So I think Finacle runs in 80% of India's top 20 ranks. In 1 year, our India team, we did a business of $50 million US. So India team was the #1 core banking team of the world. So I personally sold in 1 year $3 million worth of software to SBI. And before that, in Microsoft, when I was selling those Windows servers, it was $500,000 to $1 million revenue every month. So my super boss, Neelam Dhawan, MD, the month where I did 300,000 only, she would call me, Samir, kuch problem hai kya? Kuch life mein problem hai kya? So I'll say, no, madam, karta hu. So why she took a lot of pride in me. And I was not a top guy in Microsoft, you understand? Because Microsoft's #1 client was Infosys, in fact. Because Infosys believes in licensing. So Infosys ka 40-50 million tha. But that was global Bill Gates and Narayan Murthy scene, you know. Usme Neelam Dhawan ka credit nahi tha. I was her person. So she got that credit because of people like me. And again, it's very evident, startup needs to hire a very good sales guy. And if you can't sell, then, you know, there's a problem. So I'm running PSI for last 10 years. So I've never raised funding. And when I want money, I get money. It's like as simple. So in that way, I'm a bit lazy kind of guy. But at your stage in life, I hope you all are working 12 hours a day. If you are not working 12 to 14 hours a day, please Naukri join karo. And my thing, I have a very favorite word called Naukri class. So Naukri class and I've been a Naukar myself, by the way, 20 years in Microsoft and all. So Naukri class and entrepreneur class mein whole range of difference hai. It is totally different. Like Dr. Ashok sir was telling his story about shampoo and how he scaled it and all. So it's a very inspiring story kind of thing, you know. So these are a lot of the startup mantras that it's not only who you are, it's who you know. So, and so you know me now, you all are going to meet me or going to take my card. Take me as one of 100 people you need to know. Then you'll succeed. So if you don't like sales, don't start up. Always personalize your conversation. If you're pitching your startup to a Mahindra versus to a Reliance Retail, it is a different pitch. Choose your, so save your money, have savings of 2 years before you start up. And ideally, if you all are 3 boys, 4 boys startup, then share a flat. And flat mein dining table pe is your conference room. And you know, consider your personal expenses. Many times you forget your personal expenses in your total expenses of your startup. Develop profitable, choose your mentors carefully, do 1 year intense research before you start up. So when you're doing your job, you should do your research. And launch MVP early with bugs, for example. So don't try to make the perfect product. A lot of you have product startups like the fruits wala guy or the agriculture guy. So let it go to the market. Let customers say, "Arey, ye kharab hai, fruit kharab ho raha hai." Get the customer's feedback. Then iterate early. Okay. And at MVP or when the product is launched, you can also get funding, by the way. Okay, angel funding at least. Always approach VC firms with a reference. If you don't have reference, don't bother approaching them. You need to understand their life. The entire VC panel yesterday came on my invitation. So you can understand we are a very powerful organization, but we are running this for 10 years. So Mr. Raj Kumar Sharma is not sitting here calling so many ministers because he's a handsome young man. That's not the case. Only Raj knows how much he struggled in his life. So it's like that. And it's really, I have not seen this kind of, ability to, so it's a leadership skill. It's not that it's his leadership skill, his vision, that he could convince them to come. Otherwise, these are very, very senior people. They don't have time. Okay. So, so that's the reference part. So best sources of funding is your customer. तो तुम लोग को पैसा नहीं दे रहा है, प्रोडक्ट बिक नहीं रहा है, तो हाउ डू यू एक्सपेक्ट VC to give you money? So on LinkedIn when people approach me, I send them a one-page intro of myself. Then they say, sir, funding चाहिए. I said, भाई तेरे को पढ़ने नहीं आता, you are illiterate, English पढ़ने नहीं आता, and if you don't have patience to read my one page, along with my 20-page corporate profile, because that corporate profile is a fundraising process. तुमको मेरे साथ करना है कि नहीं is not important. तुमको funding चाहिए, that is important. I have given the blueprint. You can do this on your own. You don't need me also. So starting a company is like jumping off a cliff and assembling your aircraft on the way down. Okay, this is Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn. He is part of the PayPal mafia, and the PayPal mafia is too khatarnak to visualize also. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Reid Hoffman, and a few more other big guys. Read books I'm going to tell you. Reid Hoffman, Elon Musk, The Untold Biography, the Amazon, the Everything Store by the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. Then this one currently I'm reading. It's called The Hard Things About Hard Things. Okay, so this is also, this is Ben Horowitz. And Ben Horowitz is a partner in one of the largest VC funds in the world called Anderson Horowitz. Okay. Sorry, I've lost that. So this is just again not related to you, just to show you how much money is there. यार दुनिया में पैसा कितना है? US government $50 trillion is the net worth of United States. The net worth of the individuals of the world is USD $200 trillion. Can you believe it? So this is, now you will say, who VC को पैसा कैसे मिलता है? So VC को पैसा, so sovereign wealth funds, these are all these billionaires, and they are there. They are not mentioned there, but there are sovereign wealth fund like Mr. Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia. So इसका elevator pitch सुनो. So SoftBank का founder Mayoshi went to meet bin Salman. So he said, I got $45 billion in 45 minutes meeting. So it's $1 billion per minute, you know. So these are kind of like crazy stories. And so SoftBank launched so Mayoshi, you must be knowing, अरे अच्छा किया, बुरा किया, WeWork में गलत पैसा डाला, गलत कुछ नहीं डाला, he's laughing at the whole world. You don't know what he does. So he launched 100 billion fund 1. He wanted to launch fund 2 of 200 billion. It did not get launched. But बीच में the Nasdaq was going down like this. And he was betting on derivatives on the bear run. So market नीचे जा रहा है तो ये पैसा बना रहा है. So he made a few $1 billion in that only. So the wealthy, and another thing is, if you got $100 million, you will say, Samir ji, मैं अभी yacht करूँ दूँगा, ये करूँ दूँगा, I'll buy this, I'll buy that. You will not do that. What you will do? You will give that $100 million to somebody like me. We are investment bankers, we manage money also. We raise money, we manage money. So the richest people in the world are investment bankers, my breed. So what we do, I mean the highest job salary, you know. So what you do, 100 million I give it to HSBC. Now they'll say that interest rate kitna US mein 2%. So they will say, so I'll say that, yeah, you do one, HSBC says that you do one thing, I'll give you a loan of $50 million. and go and buy a yacht. Or rather, in fact, pay rent to take a yacht on rent. Or chalo, buy the yacht. So now I'm paying them interest on the loan, right? I'm paying them 2% interest on a $50 million loan. So you are saying, Samir bhai, you are a fool. I'll say, I'm not a fool because I'm taking a loan, मैं गरीब आदमी हूँ. I don't pay income tax. So that is why people are smart. Donald Trump, you might like him or hate him, but you cannot ignore him. He's a smart man. He changed the future of America. What he's done will take years to undo, etc., etc. So that's the investment bankers, what they do. This is very important. It's like in all of Christendom, I will only trust this guy. Like this guy, I like him. I trust him and I will give him money. If you don't have character of trust, don't give money. It's like Ashnir saying that, ye banda sahi hai. So JP Morgan was the investment banker to government of USA. In 1860, when America needed to build railway lines, he got millions of dollars from European wealthy wale and he gave it to American railroad companies. So if you heard the name Rockefeller, they built one of the railway people. And he did this in 1860. So he's 160 years old, JP Morgan. So he's older than banks, he's older than central banks also. This is the defining slide of today evening. Ye sab doglapan hai. If you are on a stage anywhere and somebody like Ashnir says all this about you, bhul jao. So if you are going to say, sir, मेरे को 300 करोड़ फंडिंग चाहिए, 1200 करोड़ वैल्यूएशन पे, 25%, हाँ यानी क्या तू क्या बोल रहा है? हाँ सर मेरा फिर सेल्स होगा 6,000 करोड़, मैं 100% आइसक्रीम शेयर कैप्चर करूँगा, तो दोगलापन नहीं हो गया ना बेसिकली. So this is nightmare. It is nightmare. Do not. This is a startup nightmare. इसके बाद just commit suicide if you do this. Now this is also very very important slide. So my elevator tweets to you. You meet me in a lift. You say, Samir, क्या करता है रे? I'll say, sir, I convert your startup from a Maruti to a Mercedes-Benz, that to S-Class. Okay, so now, so नीचे Ashnir is seeing the Maruti, बोल रहा है गाड़ी चलती है, पर कोई इसके खरीदेगा नहीं. So then, so when you meet me, when you are my client, and my client are startup doing crores of rupees of revenue, otherwise don't approach me also. And we'll convert your pitch deck from, we'll tell you slides to ad. We'll suppose you are a D2C brand in making, उसने कॉफ़ी बनाया, तुम क्या शायद herbal tea बना रहे, so Sleepy Owl का pitch deck कैसे था? Similar slides we'll add. And in this 1 month of project documentation, we'll make your Excel sheet, unit economics, CAC, LTV ratio. So if your CAC, if your LTV on 1 year ka sale with one customer, that's LTV, is 100, and your CAC to buy that customer is 10 rupees ka Facebook ad. So your CAC, LTV on CAC is 10.0. That's excellent. So think on those lines. And so only exponential growth startups get funding. If you are saying you will not be a unicorn, you don't approach VC. If you don't have ambition, don't approach VC. Angel say kuch pakda de 50 lakh or whatever, that's fine. So we'll make this Mercedes today electric car, okay? So I've changed that S-Class to electric car because this is a new 2022. Then I'll make your pitch to we'll make your valuation around $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion in 5 years. In all my startup Excel, we do this. All. So investor gives, let's say, gives you 1 million at 10% dilution. Then that 10% is worth 100 million or 150 million. So show a VC 150x exit. Okay. And obviously you are going to say, I'm going to make a flying Mercedes car. So there is something called, Anupam Mittal says the 3 T's. TAM, target addressable market, team, co-founding team, and third T is the most important, timing. Timing is everything, okay? Timing is everything. So your timing is wrong here, right? You launch this, what's the use? You have to keep highways in the sky before you can launch this car. So it's way ahead of its time. So you show me this, you are going to fail. Your timing is you're too early or you're too late. So this was the thing. Forget the sharks, I am the killer whale. So that is elevator pitch, okay. I had put the branding of India Tech Summit. When we meet you, we charge money. We charge by the minute. Please remember that. So what are the top 3 qualities? Ability to sell and ability to execute. So again, that thing is that कि यार तुम लोग ने how do you go viral? अभी मेरे को I want to target teens. Example, when we want to, I was discussing with one startup. चलो अपन एक in 10 minutes we decided this. We'll sort an OTT channel, target segment youth age group 15 to 30, 25. You know, and I told that guy, आशीष जी ये हम लोग के लिए नहीं है, हम लोग अभी बुड्ढे हो गए, ठीक है? We are going to target a teen, and then we are going to, how we are going to go to market? We are going to get Alia Bhatt as brand ambassador, or this Rajkumar Rao as ambassador, and उसको और सबको 1% इक्विटी देंगे. आलिया भट्ट को, रितेश देशमुख को, विवेक ओबरॉय को, सबको 1% इक्विटी देंगे, and then we'll they will keep posting on Instagram, Twitter, WeChat. बस हो गया काम. Then it will go viral. So first impression, last impression. If I visit your stall, if you can't explain me in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you're dead. You're a charming, smart entrepreneur, then you're dead. So think deeply before emailing customer on LinkedIn, investor or customer on LinkedIn or WhatsApp. Customers are kind, investors are not. Like one startup, one boy said, sir, I need 10 minutes of your time. I will explain you how I will make a 10,000 crore company. So please don't send such stupid messages. So this is the 3 T's. So Anupam Mittal ka story, you Googled Chetan Bhagat's interview with Anupam Mittal. And you can see that Chetan Bhagat, though he's now so old, you can see the talent of the man. And any other YouTuber you see and you see Chetan Bhagat, you'll see that he's a class apart. Okay, so the age does not matter. I mean, the brilliance is always there. So Anupam का पूरा life story है, how he was a US startup में उसका shares crash हो गया, .com bust में, he was in debt, कर्जे में था. But one day, so Ola story is that these both Bhavish and his co-founder, they graduated from IIT, and one founder, the other tech guy, was making the website of Ola, and Bhavish was begging, rather fundraising. One whole year he tried to fundraise. Uske baad he got 35 lakh rupees from Anupam Mittal and from who is this Rehan Yarkhan, a good friend of mine, founder of Orios Ventures Partners. So उन्होंने then मिलके 35 lakh दिया. Anupam ने 35 lakh का वो जो भी है 6% मिला उसको. Then that 6%. So as per the अभी उसका अभी भी 2% है. That is worth 1100 crores today. So now you understand Shark Tank पे ये how the hell they are giving 1 crore checks and all that. Shark Tank, as you know, the recording happens over 1 hour period. Okay, and the show you see is only 10 minutes, but it's actually 1 hour. But literally, there's another show of Ashneer. They literally decide in that 1 hour. So their level of thinking is alag. कि मैं इसको दूंगा, इसको नहीं दूंगा. It's like very, very brilliant people. Now everybody is thinking Apple world, Geo world. This is a Geo phone पे Kai OS है. So see this, this was featured again by a global tech YouTuber about the Geo strategy. So the Geo, see the thing that ये phone है. अभी I'm a guy, I'm a watchman. I'm from Bihar. Abhi now why do I stay awake? Because of YouTube. But maybe I'm a Bihari, I'm in the village. Village में like उनको typing भी नहीं आता है ना. So how? You just put a button and say put Mahua ka latest song. That's it. हो गया. So that is the brilliance of Geo Phone 2. And we are in touch with Reliance, of course, at multiple levels. We are connected with one person. He's the head of Geo platforms, developer ecosystem. So all tech guys need to connect with Jatin, or if you engage with me, we will connect with you with him. But then you get the whole Geo world is yours. The Geo TV, Geo internet, all that. So what do we do for startup? Maruti Mercedes, funding equity, funding debt. तो आपको 100 crore चाहिए bank loan का, we will get it tomorrow. We have tied up with Cred Avenue, which has raised, I am their brand ambassador as of now. They have raised $100 million in Series A funding only. So they'll get you the loan from any of the banks. So target what we, when we engage. So again I'm repeating, you engage with me or you do it on your own. Go to every VC's website, funding check size kitna hai unka. Is it early stage VC 100 and 300K, $1 million? Is it doing? So what we do is that, chalo you're a health tech, Ankush Health Tech, you are doing, you want to raise $1 million. So first we'll put the filter of 1 million. So that 1000 VCs become into 500 VCs. And after that, then we'll put the filter of tech. So that becomes 100 VCs. So, and then we target them. So then we introduce you to 100 VCs. So again, this is VC intro through a reference. So you can do all your smartness, collect all the data, call, Crunchbase through, find out about the VC. But he is getting 30 pitches a day. That's the problem. So he will not. So you have to, in that email subject line, email itna paragraph, what are you going to say? That's what matters. So we have a tie-up with Freshworks where you get $10,000 of Freshworks ka digital marketing, CRM, HRMS, वगैरह. We are planning to tie up with AWS. So all you app startups who will need, multiple cores of computing, we will get Amazon credit of 10,000 to 100,000. We have an Excel sheet which I wish I had uploaded it, but I did not. But your unit economics, etc. So what you do is, so I'll explain you. I don't need Excel because I'm good at explaining. So I have a startup called Howdy in Bangalore. So Howdy is last mile delivery, okay, middle mile and last mile. And they are like Dunzo, but they are B2B, B2B2C. So that's better model because Dunzo is paying CAC. Per customer of yours, he is throwing you an advert. So CAC is a high. So where was I? So Howdy, what it does, it hires a sales guy for 25,000 rupees per month. That salesman is basically going, he gets Dunzo the client of this guy, Apollo Healthcare. Apollo Healthcare is giving 100 delivery orders per day. So now suppose there's a guy sitting here called Ankush, he's sitting in Janpat, his houses. So Janpat ke Apollo se Janpat ke ghar tak, Howdy will do the delivery. So how, so you understood, na? It's one guy, one sales guy got 25,000 rupees mein, he got the account, okay. That is the, and then you are getting, so one delivery costs 30 rupees. Now Howdy is better than Dunzo because Dunzo is damaging the environment. They are using petrol bikes. So Howdy has got a tie-up with Kinetic Motors Pune. They give him the electric bike for free. And they have committed him thousands of bikes, let's say. So literally you can understand this is the funding they have got of thousands of bikes. That is a huge multi-crore amount. So he has to anyway pay them back. So out of, he charges Apollo 30 rupees per ride. So 30 rupees mein 10 rupees goes to Kinetic Motors. Another 10 rupees goes to the rider. Now if you hear the rider's income, you'll say, yaar, Ola ne, cabs in Delhi, they are not making money at all. People are waiting for me whole day. If I go for a meeting, they are waiting 6 hours. And it's such a bad scene. So Howdy ka rider gets 40,000 per month on that 10 rupees what he does, na? He makes 40,000 per month. So he's very loyal to Howdy. They don't make him work like a slave, like, 10-minute delivery and all that, all that kind of thing. And bacha hua 10 rupees mein 8 rupees goes as, 7 rupees goes as your salaries and other things. So 10% is the net margin, EBITDA, okay. So it's a very brilliant model because you are getting 10%, it's low margin, but huge scale. They do, kindly note the word dark warehouses. So now the warehouses thing is old. It's dark warehouses. These are small, small stores. So how do you actually get to do 10-minute delivery? You need to have multiple warehouse points throughout the city. Chota storage space. So we have 10, 20 industry mentors, very, very big people. Jagdish Bilawal, ex-CIO of Hero Motors. Some of the people I met here, I mean, they're so brilliant. I mean, we are talking about 4 startups in one go. Then there is somebody from lady in Delhi called Shilpa Ajwani. She's the ex-MD of Tupperware India. Now, Tupperware business model, it's all Mahila driven. So, if you have a Mahila product, for the women, and you're a women entrepreneur, catch her. But she has her own fee structure, by the way, so remember that. These are some of our portfolio startups. So, InnovaSense, I'll talk more about InnovaSense later. Where do I point it? Okay, so InnovaSense I'll talk to later. So we have a startup called Hospals in Delhi. Founders Danish Ahmed, he sold one startup to Mr. Sharma, Paytm, and another to Flipkart. Then he starts Hospals. He raises 2.5 million and another. Okay. So another called, so there are various startups. There's one startup called DeFi Aerospace here. She's the ex Rolls Royce in UK. So she's highly technical person. There's Fredbox, there's Society Management. There's a Bumchick karke, please note, Bumchick is on, download it on, it's like a crazy, sexy app. Okay, so these are the various startups. So this is the world's first non-invasive diabetics monitor in the world. Nobody's done it. She's done it. Shirisha. She's in Sweden. I've never met her. She shifted now to Seattle. But my network is global, so she's meeting investors in New York and Seattle right now. So yes to fundraise. Without fundraise, there's no fast growth. Zerodha, you know the story. Microsoft, Infosys didn't raise funding. Scale fast at losses, eventually make profit. That is the VC business model. Okay. The VC will ask you something called net burn rate. So what is net burn rate? You are spending 10 lakhs a month and you are making 5 lakh a month sale. So minus 5 lakh per month you are. Amazon took 20 years to make a profit. So please stop criticizing our unicorns. They will take time to make money. Do not criticize Paytm. Mr. Sharma is a great guy. Focus on what you have to do. Don't worry about Ambani or Adani or Elon Musk. Think of what you have to do. Do not waste time in life. Ashnir Grover, paranoid about competition. So he's launched Postpay. He says on that YouTube channel, I'm paranoid every 6 months he launches a product. So this is a, take a photo or whatever please. These are all people on LinkedIn, etc. Beer Biceps, the Ranveer show with Ashnir Grover, Kunal Shah. So make unlimited value for the money you deliver. So if I charge 25,000 per month to every VC on my network, I will make 2.5 crores easily without doing anything. But remember, I took 10 years to build that network. Not even 10 years actually, 5 years. About as easy as Angel in network, I will not name them, but they charge 25,000 per year. So physical delivery versus digital delivery. Like BharatPe versus Flipkart. So this is PSI network. Tumhara network kya hone wala hai? We are connected to 7 angel networks. So we can get you, we early stage VC we introduce them to large VC. So that's why the VCs love us. Because we are giving them contacts, that too free of cost. Then we have alliances, we do corporate sales also. So we can get you into Reliance Retail, your consumer product. उधर आपका 1 crore का सेल हो गया, उसमें मेरा 10% sales commission है. So we are motivated. Work with people who are motivated, who want to make money. So TAM, timing, LTV, CAC, I talked about this, valuation as per. So to compare your sector ka unicorn and then do your valuation on that. Execute karo, socha mat karo. Kunal Shah, really brilliant man. I mean, exceptional thinker. I mean, Paytm, Dr. Vivek Bindra. So yesterday I did that like this, So that is Vivek Bindra copy, and he says, "Dhyan se dono, 7 steps for startup succeed." So his personality aura is brilliant. I'm going to try and meet him. Best way to contact PSI, you need to have very revenue, and there is an email ID. You can always send the pitch deck. If I am free, I'll give you a review. I'll tell you good slides, bad slides, or other improvement slides, and that's it. Thank you. Questions, say, or we're not. Okay, 2 questions.
Only
please.
2 questions we'll be able to take. Okay, one from there. Yes, please pass on the mic.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Paras here from Bajaj Agro. I hope आपने हमें देखा होगा. Sir, मेरा क्वेश्चन था जैसे आपने यहाँ पे दिखा कि revenue for a startup to reach up to 3 to 5 CR is little bit tough. What are the alternate source to get the fund or by the mentorship? Because this stage for the startup might be in B2C.
Yeah, so if you are obviously when you want early stage funding, you apply. There is Mumbai Angels, India Angels, Marwadi Catalyst, Chandigarh Angels. These are all networks. There are incubators, accelerators. They give the they'll not give you money, but they'll give you. There is Y Combinator. So these all you have to reach out. So my point is, आप LinkedIn पे एंजल को कांटेक्ट करते रहोगे, it's inefficient. एक शॉट मुंबई एंजल 400 एंजल, इंडिया एंजल 400 एंजल. You know, in fact, I was trying to get India Angel madam on the founder on this show. So that's your answer.
Again, sir, one question adding in this, as you mentioned on the LinkedIn, might we have to send details. But when we ask for the angel investor, if you put the filter on the LinkedIn, we find out n number of lists, and it's very tough to find. In VC firm, you can find out because they have a big portfolio. But for angel investor, it's very tough to find out who is the right person. Sometimes
no, it's pitch at mumbaiangel.com. Pitch us, whatever website पे email ID है. So see, the problem with you is not that you are good or bad. The problem is you don't know how to sell, how to pitch. So you understand.
Pitch, sir. I think
you need to understand सामने वाला का pain. Just तू उधर नौकरी कर मुंबई एंजल में, you'll say ये startup कितने परेशान करते. 30 emails a day, 40 emails a day. How are you going to work? You understand? That's the problem.
Thank you so much, sir. One more question we are taking from there. Just behind you, yes. That's the last question we are taking.
Yeah, hi, good evening. My name is Ishu Bansal. I am representing Truck Suvidha. सर एक सिंपल सा सवाल है, जैसे हम जब फंड रेज करने जाते हैं, ठीक है, हम कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ है, बट एक कहानी अटकती है कि वैल्यूएशन क्या है. तो इज देयर एनी सेट मेथड कि इस तरीके से हम वैल्यूएशन कर सकते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू या ट्रैक्शन के बेसिस पे?
Valuation is the main ना. If you don't know how to do valuation, so like I said, this Howdy example I go you understood the. So Howdy valuation, how we did is that, I'll give you a quick example, okay. Dunzo raised 250 million from Ambani's, right? So 250 million, 25% stake, valuation हो गया $1 billion, okay. उसने revenue Google करो Dunzo का, it will be whatever. Let's say revenue is, valuation is 1,000 crore and revenue is whatever 10 crore. So 1,000 divided by 10, valuation divided by revenue. Ignore funding rounds, ignore funding amount. Valuation upon revenue is 20 of Dunzo, 19.0. You understand? 1,000 divided by 10 is 10x. Or 1,000 divided by 5 is, you know, whatever, 20x. 100x. So then my Howdy ka revenue in 5 years will be $250 million. So you'll say you're mad. So I don't care. मैं तो VC को unicorn pitch कर रहा हूँ. You understand? You can call me mad, but you will not never call me crazy, because there's data. Fundraising is 70% art, 30% is science. Okay. So then when you say Howdy ka revenue will be today, whatever that 11 lakh per deliveries per year. So that will grow 200x in year 2. Then it will go 300x in year 3. Then it will grow 200x in year 4. And then 100x in year 5. So this will how Howdy ka 3 crore revenue today will become $250 million in 5 years. Okay. And it's a believable story. You understand? And Howdy और तेरे में क्या फर्क है? Revenue on the table. If you don't have revenue, it's difficult to convince anybody on earth. Forget VC, angel bhi nahi milega. Or angel milega actually, but a lot of the good startups here, you'll see, one of the technical startup, brilliant guy. I mean, I don't know what to say about him, but he's so brilliant, like VCs uske piche aate. So you understand. So that is how you do the valuation of your startup.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really sorry. In respect of time, we can't take any more questions. Thank you so much. It was such an insightful session. I am sure that it must have helped a lot of our delegates. Let's give it up. I think it's that, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Sameer. Yes, sir.
Just stay back. Yeah. Guys, everybody is seeking for money now. You know what is money? Please come. I'm being very straightforward. We spent almost 20 minutes or more than 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes and approximately 150 people. 3,000 minutes equal to how many hours? Almost 50 hours? 50 hours we have spent here right now. What did you gain? The session started with how to raise fund. How many of you have actually learned? Can you raise the hand? How to raise fund you learned from the session? I'm really amazed, sir. Thank you. This is one point. Second, he's such a learned person. स्टार्टअप को वेट नहीं करना है, टाइम नहीं है. अगर आपको लग रहा है सेशन में मुझे ये जानना है कि ये कैसे होगा, stop things, ask. Yesterday, I think the first winner is Halliware. The best thing I would really appreciate, मुझे नहीं पता उसने क्या अचीवमेंट किया है. He was not here to receive the award. Why? Because he was making some deal with a client outside. Best startup का award उसको लेना था, वो यहाँ नहीं था, वो client के साथ deal कर रहा था. Time is money. Right? Please don't take it otherwise. I'm being very straightforward. Time की importance समझिए. आपके साथ एक बहुत knowledgeable person थे. इनका 10 साल का ये जो experience है, in fact, you should ask n number of questions. Not for this session, for other sessions also. Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Yeah, you were saying something?
My question to Sameer
Yeah,
sir
please.
is that we learned lot from your this valuable address. I want to know that we are from state of J&K. And what I feel when I interact with number of the people, everybody's question was that you are based in Kashmir and वहाँ के हालात कैसे हैं. So I think Sameer Saab will tell me, should we amend our statement? Should we tell people that we are not Kashmir sanitary company, we are a pan-India company, instead of saying we are Kashmir based? I need your suggestion because everybody gets
What is the
negative.
question, sir?
Question is that we are a Kashmir sanitary company, we are into drones, we yesterday met. But when I talk number of people, they say कि वहाँ हालात
Sir,
कैसे हैं?
this is the example that should not be there.
Yes.
आपको, if you are in a big session, audience को आपको mic दिया है, 2 मिनट में बात करो, नहीं तो बात मत करो.
ठीक है सर, इसमें आप बताएं कि what should be our statement when we go for fundraising or anything?
I don't know anything about Kashmir state, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Anything?
Just one quick question, sir.
Yeah.
The kind of the market I am doing, the kind of a product I am into, has never been advertised, and everybody has by dozens at home, right? It's a planter, it's a gamla. So now my question is like, it's a total addressable market, team, and timing. Total addressable market is, you understand that it has a lot of market. Because it is being sold till now without any advertisement. Second is team. I have the backbone of team. And the timing is also right. After pandemic, it has been conceived more better and people are able to understand. Now the thing is, now my valuation comes. A lot of people are also visiting me here as well. And they say like, aapka kya revenue hai, aapka kya, which I don't have much. So how do I evaluate myself because I have also patents, I have right on the timing, team is there, and addressable
See,
market is
the whole thing is that ये overnight नहीं मिलेगा sir. So you have to think, do comparable. Everybody please understand, I took a lot of trouble to explain Dunzo versus my unknown startup called Howdy. तो तुम्हारा Howdy है तो तुम Dunzo को compare करो ना. तुम्हारा agri-tech है तो compared to the Kisan वाला unicorns. But उसमें भी you should be similar to agri-tech है या agri-product है. वो सब आपको समझना आती है. TAM समझ. See this, and just one more last thing I forgot to add. There are impact funds. There's one in Delhi only called Asha Impact Fund. There's Avishkar in Mumbai. So go for impact VCs also. कि तुम लोग कुछ देश का कर रहे हो. And don't, NGO is not a good way to raise funding, by the way. So you understand, NGO चाहिए ना तेरे को पैसा, तो CSR में जाना. बजाज, टाटा, बिरला 2% CSR में वो पैसा ले ले. But तेरे को जो चाहिए, you want to be billionaire ना, you want to become rich. So if you want to become rich, people will give you money. If you are running NGO, nobody will give you. You will get छोटा money, ज़्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. So that is one thing, that you have to target the relevant VCs from impact funds, जो बोलते हैं. So impact में, see, you, I am taking his, what's your good name? नितिन जी का जो है ना, बहुत बढ़िया, Raj, it's a very good example. See what it is that he's an agri-tech product. Agri-product ही बोलते हैं. तो उसमें what we are doing, we are saying, ये ही इसके नीचे नेटवर्क में 1000 फार्मर है. एक फार्मर के 4 बच्चे, 4 फैमिली है. तो 1000 farmers into 4,000 is the Garib are being supported by him. Then second is, what is the sustainability? Is it impacting crop chemical usage? You know, these are the things. So you go to avishkar.in, download their impact goals, ESG goals. Then carbon credit related funda hai kya? So, and Rajji, I have asked him that after other sessions, maybe I can have one more session, and I'll take whatever more questions you all want. Yeah, at the end of this, we can have just Q&A, because see, this is the kind of question where everybody will learn. So he's very, Nitin ji is a good guy. He knows what it is, but he doesn't know how to do it. So now, because he's about agri-tech and agri alag baat hai, that we understood today. So like this, if there are more questions, we'll understand more, but after the end of the sessions, all the sessions.
Thank you so much, sir. So please be here for the Q&A. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to mention that since we are not having the high tea break, we have made arrangements for the beverages and snacks over there, right to my left extreme corner. So you can take your tea and coffee and you can get seated back at your table. On that note, I would like to take this day further. And next we're going to have a session by Mr. Vikas Gupta, founder CEO, E-Ashwa Automotive Private Limited. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Thank you. Good evening. I hope all of you are awake, still awake. Okay. So my name is Vikas Gupta, and I'm the founder CEO of E-Ashwa Automotive Private Limited. We are electric two-wheeler and three-wheeler manufacturers. So let me first explain the relevance of word E-Ashwa. So when we thought of setting up an industry in the field of electric two-wheeler and three-wheeler, we thought of many names, and we wanted to relate that name with the horsepower, which has always been traditionally been considered to be a symbol of automobile industry. And it is where we got the name E-Ashwa Automotive. That's the relevance of the name. So during the day, Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Jiten Singh ji and Honorable Ashok ji also mentioned that startup doesn't mean that the founders are of 23, 30 years age. So the entire of eAshv team is beyond that. When I founded it along with my co-founders, I was 46, and except one of the co-founder, we were a team of 40 plus people. So it was the passion which made us founding this organization. By education, I'm a chartered accountant, cost and work accountant, and company secretary. I worked for about 22 years with various Indian as well as multinational organizations. My last job was with Tata Group of companies. I was CFO in one of the Tata Group companies. And when I decided to quit my job and start a venture of my own, my father was the first person who said me, "You are stupid. You are doing this stupidity of quitting such a wonderful job with such a wonderful organization." But I still quit, and I started my first venture called the Virtual Group. And then we started eAshv Automotive in the year 2018, February 2018, 20th of February 2018. We will complete 1 year today. We will complete 4 years today by founding this organization. So when we thought of creating an organization which could be a comparable organization to Maruti, so the only dream we had at that point in time when we were creating this organization was to create an organization which is known in the automobile industry as the Maruti is known. So Maruti, if all of you are aware, was founded in 1982, and it was a joint venture between Government of India and Suzuki Motors. Government of India, all of you are aware, and Suzuki Motor is one of the world's largest automobile company. Now, two of such joints, when they created an organization called Maruti Udyog Limited, it took them about 4.5 years or 5 years for people to start knowing about Maruti. In 1986, 87, 88 onwards, people started knowing that Maruti is one company which is making car. Otherwise, Fiat and Ambassador were the cars which people used to know about. Now, so the point is that with Government of India and with Suzuki Corporation involved into an organization, it took them 5 years to be recognized by the public. Whereas we, being 40 plus, all the founders were 40 plus, so we were not having that kind of time. So we thought as to how we can create a parallel Maruti in the EV industry without spending that much of the time. And the other factor was we were not having those deep pocket as the Government of India or the Suzuki Corporation were having. So we devised few very unique propositions through which today we have created an organization having 16 operational assembly lines at various parts of the country, and we have a dealer and distributor network of 760 plus in 26 states and union territories. Now, the various mechanisms that we devised for creating it is a complete layer through which we can serve our customers, we can serve the ultimate user. This started with a very unique concept of ours called co-assembly unit. And then below co-assembly unit, we created distributors. Below distributors, we created dealers. Now this co-assembly unit, distributor and dealer is a very common phenomena. I'm sure all of you are aware about this phenomena. But this co-assembly unit was very unique to us. We created it about 3 years back. Now, what is this co-assembly unit? Co-assembly unit is a unit which we set up in joint venture with. This is a 50-50% shareholding joint venture with somebody who is interested in setting up an assembly line with us. We provide them the technology. We provide them the operational know-how. We provide them the complete ecosystem. As well as we invest, not in the same proportion as the investor invests, but in a little lesser proportion. And thus, both of us create an assembly line. And these assembly lines are capable of producing 2,500 electric two-wheelers in a month. Typically, when we start them, they are started with a production capacity of 500 vehicles per month. From the day one, these assembly lines become operational because we provide them the technical know-how, complete ecosystem, as well as we operationalize the unit until it is capable of producing and selling 500 vehicles per month. Thereafter, we give the charge to the partner, and then thereafter the partner has to run this entire setup. So far, we have 16 such co-assembly units and 760 plus dealers and distributors. By the end of March 2022, maybe another 45 days from now, we will have 30 such operational co-assembly units, and we have a target of setting up about 62 such units in the entire country. Once we have those 62 assembly units operational in the entire country, any of our dealer would be at max at a distance of about 80 kilometers from the nearest assembly unit. Now, this resolves many problems of the industry. The biggest problem of the industry is that the logistic cost is huge. When Ola launched electric two-wheelers, they gave two type of pricing. Since they are based in South, so for 4 of the states of South, they gave a pricing of 79,999, and for the rest of the country, the pricing was 99,999. Now, the difference of this 20,000 rupees between the two pricing was only because of logistic cost. Traditionally, if you want to count the automobile players, for the traditional ICE players, you can count the two-wheeler players on one hand on the 5 fingers of your one hand. In case you want to count the three-wheeler players, still you will have to use just one hand to count all of them. If you are talking about four-wheeler players, maybe you will have to use the second hand as well to count them. But if we are talking about electric vehicle players, you will have to use those many hands as the people are sitting here, because there are 650 plus electric vehicle players currently operating in the country. Now, the problem which I am referring to is that if you are only 5 players, you can afford to have just one unit to compete with the other 4, because all of the other 4 are also having just one unit. So it's an equal playing ground for all of the players. But with 650 players, it is difficult for you to compete with all of them in a particular geography, because they will be less competitive to you, less costly to you as compared to your costing, because your costing will involve the logistic cost. Sure. So this co-assembly concept of ours is our program to not only manage the service management, the material management, we also give an opportunity for people who are interested in setting up unit with us, and thus we create lots of entrepreneurs through this medium. So far we have signed 36 such contracts, and 7 out of those 36 are less than 24 years old. So we have created 7 young entrepreneurs through this program. Now we have an in-house R&D facility, because typically these electric vehicles are supposed to be imported from China and then simply assembled and sold here in the country. To beat this, beat this notion, we have created an in-house R&D facility wherein we create a complete design of our vehicle in the R&D center. We have also created an idea called smart vehicle, wherein we are introducing the concept of online diagnosis, through which, with the help of our internally developed software, we can diagnose the problem in any vehicle which is sold by any of our dealer and distributors, sitting wherever we are. We are also giving biometric access so that some kind of controls can be built based on your choice of preference. We have an agile approach towards adding more and more feature. We keep taking feedback from all our existing customers as well as from the prospective customers to keep making changes in our user friendliness, in our ride easy approach. We have one entrepreneur who has set up a unit with us in Goa, which has come from Belgium. Shine has spent 32 years in Belgium, and then thereafter she has come to India to set up a unit with us. So those are the kind of opportunity that we are creating. And our reach is from Andaman Nicobar to Una in Himachal Pradesh. We are the only electric vehicle company having an outlet in Andaman Nicobar. Bangladesh is our first abroad location. We are starting export to Bangladesh in the month of March. So that's the journey of eAshv Automotive. Thank you so much. I was told that time is short, so I am closing it here.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights with us. And once again, I would like to announce that we have arranged the beverages, the high tea right over there. You can take your tea or coffee and snacks from the left extreme corner. Yes, I hope you all can see that. And you can take the tea and coffee and please be seated back at your tables. So I hope that all of you enjoyed this entire conclave. Yes, we got to learn a lot. A lot of knowledge was being imparted here. So can I see the hands? All those people who enjoyed the presentations, the speakers, the panel discussions. Yes, can we give a huge round of applause for everyone, all the speakers, all the guests, all the delegates who have joined us here. May I now humbly request the President ICRA, Mr. Rajkumar Sharma, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Meanwhile, all the people who are there at the high tea table, please kindly join us back. Yeah.
They're enjoying tea. Okay, fine. Yes, true. So, Om Shanti Om is a movie. जिसमें शाहरुख खान ने एक बात बोली है. Guys, you can take your tea, but please listen to me as well. Okay, fine. मूवी की बात इसीलिए अगर हम किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहते हैं तो सारी कायनात हमें उससे मिलाने में लग जाती है. डू यू एग्री? या हाँ, इफ दे वांट फंडिंग ऑब्वियसली दे विल बी गेटिंग फंड. ओके, सो ये जो इवेंट था इंडिया फर्स्ट, द एम ऑफ दिस इवेंट obviously because we all know that India is going to be the biggest market for the entire world. And we can be potentially the largest technology supplier to the world. This is very, very important, and आप सभी लोग ये सब करने वाले हैं. During this 2 days session, few things we have observed, and probably upcoming जो भी हमारे sessions होंगे, उसमें और add on करने की हम कोशिश करेंगे. It's not like a normal exhibition or summit which usually you attend. इससे पहले भी आप लोगों ने किया होगा. We have tried to engage people, and mutually we should get the benefit out of that. ऐसा नहीं कि exhibition यहाँ खत्म हो गया, chapter over. यहाँ से beginning है हमारी, शुरुआत करनी है यहाँ से कि अब आगे कहाँ जाना है, right? I have few suggestions and few initiative. Probably we didn't get time today morning. जो ICRA का profile ये further हमारा program था. But I'll make you aware certain things what we are going to do in near future. One, obviously you have seen Grapes portal which has been launched today. आप सभी startups उसमें list करिए because now it is commercially launched. Lots of decision maker will start applying for some kind of solutions. तो अगर आपका कोई भी solution उसमें list नहीं, it's not a product selling. In fact, I'll just take an example. मैंने शायद पहले भी बताया था. I am running a company, food company. मेरा 50-100 करोड़ का turnover है. Cost of operation is very high. मैंने बहुत सुना है AI के बारे में, पर किधर जाऊं मुझे पता नहीं है. If I approach McKinsey or some Ogilvy kind of a company, they will charge crores of rupees, which I can't afford. तो जिस चीज के बारे में मुझे पता नहीं है, तो उसके बारे में मैं consultancy के लिए क्यों जाऊंगा? Best way, if you all list there as a consultant first, they will be bidding कि कौन सा consultant का profile अच्छा है, based on your own experience and accomplishments. They will apply for that. 1 hour session or something, you will give them a consultancy that is not free. Obviously making some money out of that, right? But they can afford that money as well, say 5,000 rupees an hour or something, right? So you will also be getting some client, you will also be earning some money out of that. This is one part. Further, that client, if he is convinced, he will be asking to make a report on that particular subject. So probably you may get a chance, or he may approach some other company who can give that kind of service. And further, project execution, वो भी possible है. So it's a chain. So first of all, you need to list yourself as a consultant and list your ready-made solutions also. Way forward, there are companies like they will be seeking some kind of customized solution. So they will be putting request कि ये मुझे solution चाहिए. अब आप में से जिस किसी को भी अच्छा लगेगा, they will be bidding for that. कि okay, ये solution हम provide कर सकते हैं. Getting me? तो आप लोग जब वो provide करेंगे, उसमें से वो again he will be filtering on the basis of your profile, or they'll be taking your services. So you should be listing there. Initially, there is no charges. This is a Section 8 company, not-for-profit organization. Initially, we have to raise fund also to run this organization as well. But as of now, it is absolutely free. So you should be listing. This is one part. Second, what I have noticed after interacting with so many startups, you might be very much innovative or technically sound. But the point is, you don't know how to sell. Some of you, not everyone, right? Entrepreneur skill development is major part. मुझे पता है कि मैं बहुत अच्छा ये माइक बना सकता हूँ, लेकिन इसको मुझे प्रेजेंट कैसे करना है, सेल कैसे करना है, कस्टमर तक कैसे पहुंचना है, that I don't know. So again I am telling you there is a difference between innovation and a business. आप लोग बहुत अच्छे इनोवेट किया होगा कुछ ना कुछ आपने, but probably that project cannot be scaled up. बिजनेस के लिए वो सुटेबल है ही नहीं. वो समझने की जरूरत है, उस थॉट से बाहर आना है. I'll just take an example. There was a person made a drone. I think some 12th standard student था वो, जम्मू कश्मीर से. He made a fantastic drone. And last 2 days, probably minister or secretaries, everybody interacted with him, inspired him. And that person and his father was also there. They were just showcasing कि what that drone is doing. And disaster management के लिए उसने एक solution निकाला है. सुबह जितेंद्र सिंह जी ने उसको बोला कि मेरे को एक बात बताओ, why will you be waiting for disaster to happen, then only your drone will work? Probably you can provide solution to other purpose as well. तो आप क्या disaster के लिए wait करोगे तब ये drone काम आएगा? So make a complete model. So he might be feeling happy that so many guys are inspiring him, but that is not sufficient enough. He has to prepare some kind of a model जिसमें लोग fund कर सके, तभी जाके वो scale up होगा. So we would be announcing some kind of a entrepreneurship development program as well, probably next week onwards. तो काफ़ी लोग जिन लोगों को उसमें जानना है कि कैसे क्या-क्या स्किल डेवलप करनी है, कैसे पिच डेक तैयार करनी है, कैसे लोगों को कनेक्ट करना है, कौन-कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां पर आप अपने आप को प्लेस कर सकते हैं, दैट एवरीथिंग विल बी द पार्ट ऑफ दैट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम. सो आप लोग खुद भी यूज कर सकते हैं और बाकी लोग को सजेस्ट भी कर सकते हैं. वन लास्ट थिंग, I think some of you must have heard about BNI network. Honestly speaking, मैंने इससे पहले कभी सुना था, कभी attend नहीं किया. Somebody inspired me कि okay, you please attend one session. It's a business community network sort of thing. So just last week I attended one session, and that was really inspiring. One thing, what they are doing, they are making a community. Like suppose Delhi में कुछ South Delhi में some of the person, whatever kind of a service they are offering, और वो एक एक बंदा ही उसमें कम्युनिटी में एड ऑन हो सकता है. सपोज आई एम डेवलपिंग अ वेबसाइट, सो अनदर वेबसाइट डेवलपर कैन नॉट बी द पार्ट ऑफ दैट कम्युनिटी. That sort of things they are having. But that gave me some idea. In fact, Dr. Vedi also suggested one thing. Why can't we create a community of this team only, right? Because some of you are expertise in AI, somebody is expertise in making robotics arm, right? कोई ना कोई किसी ना किसी का क्लाइंट बन सकता है, सजेशन दे सकता है और फर्दर रेफरेंस भी दे सकता है, राइट? विल वर्क आउट समथिंग. सजेस्टेड इज लाइक हम लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना सकते हैं, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में, वी हैव टू मेंटेन अ डेकोरम. ओ फिजूल के मैसेज करना एंड समथिंग दैट शुडंट बी देयर. सो इफ यू गाइज लाइक इट, what do you any of you can suggest this? Probably we can make some kind of group in WhatsApp or on some social channel or some kind of a LinkedIn group or Facebook group, so that you can share, exchange, informations and all, and give reference to others. अभी काफ़ी सारे services ऐसे थे जो मेरे काफ़ी सारे friends हैं जिनकी वो requirement हो सकती है. I would refer them कि why don't you connect to this guy, right? There's a company जो cyber security का काम करते हैं, right? तो I can refer somebody कि boss cyber security में जाना है तो इस startup को पकड़ो. So this reference is very, very important. And again, if you give, you will get something out of that. So, obviously. So this is like making a community. All of us have to work together, make a larger community, just to help to each other. So this is my thought. Will you be there? And are you in the agreement of this or not? Can you just raise the hand if you are in agreement? So we'll certainly be doing something on that. Perfectly fine. Almost 100% of the people are interested. So, yeah.
I would say I'm a part of one of the networking groups, and all of us are mature here, right? So there are no admin controls. There are only 2 administrators. But I've seen people network, and I've seen people only share the relevant information and not send the good morning messages, by the way. So WhatsApp group in a controlled manner, information sharing, collaborating helps in a long way.
Very true. Any more suggestions? Anybody? Yeah, please. Why can't we give the mic? Sorry, saying something?
WhatsApp is quick. WhatsApp is quick.
But in case of WhatsApp, it should not be a disturbing element to anybody, right? So if I'm being very honest, I can't read every message. Yeah. Yes. Handy, no doubt. Or probably we can have some strict norm to be there in that group.
Only relevant messages.
Yes. Yeah, any more question or any suggestions rather?
Sir, it's a request also. Please put the data of all the presentations we had in these 2 days in a Google Drive folder and send the link to all of us so that we can use that and all other information we
Make
can
a note, we'll be doing that. Can you please say again? Okay, fine. So we'll be uploading all the presentations and everything on the YouTube channel, and you'll be getting the links for that. Will that be okay? It's there? Okay, fine.
So,
it's live now. Yeah. Any more suggestions? What you are expecting from this organization? Because this is the organization for all of you. You have to make it large. Right? This is not Raj Sharma's organization, to be very honest. This is for everybody. Right? So आप सभी लोग इसको कुछ ना कुछ, I'll just share an example. In fact, this person, Mr. Karthik, 3-4 दिन पहले, he's an AI expert. He said कि बस एक काम करते हैं, आपका जो website है, why can't we do something कि जो उस पे chatting है, we can use some chat bot. So I'll be contributing, and he made one chat bot for ICRA website. Probably next week onwards, that will be live. So people will start using, and you will also get promotion. So make it as a large community and to be beneficial for everybody.
So I think to start with, Raj, you can circulate a Google form asking all the members what is their expectation of the group.
Yeah.
And ICRA can work
And that's a fair idea. In fact, rather what we wish to give, that is not the objective. What you expect, we should be knowing say that it's an ongoing development, improvement, right? So we need to work upon those areas, you know, interest areas, so that all of you should be getting the mileage of that.
So Raju,
Yeah, please.
there are three things which we can do as you are suggesting.
Please.
WhatsApp has a limitation of 250 people, group in fact.
Okay.
And if you make it a broadcast, it doesn't work. The kind of a community.
True.
Facebook groups are doing very excellent in this. They don't have a limitation. That's point number one. Point number two is the kind of sharing we are talking about, Google Drive, that drive, this drive, not required. You can do it in Facebook group also, if it allows. That's the second thing. Third thing which you talked about is EDP development, entrepreneurship development skills, which I believe this group requires that.
Yes, yes.
So that's again, the same group or a community can be used to nurture, I believe, nurture the leadership or entrepreneur business skill which you talked about it. So those are
You
my
rightly
three.
said, in fact, this idea just came up, and just 3-4 weeks back, we made a Facebook group, ISF, Indian Startup Forum, right? Immediately some 250-300 startup joined and started sharing their thoughts. So we'll share the link. You also join that group, और धीरे-धीरे इस community को बढ़ाते हैं, और everybody should be getting the mileage. Yeah. That's been done yesterday. Yeah, please.
Hi, Raj.
Yeah, Nishan.
So, Raj, I think you rightly said that the first we have to utilize our own network.
Yeah.
So, I think you have a good amount of people in your database. Yesterday, you were telling that around 111 participant. I don't know means exact value. But let's have because this is a very big platform to share exchange the knowledge and ideas, right? So, rather having a very big platform, you can invite 10 startups with your closed door meeting and try to understand their challenges. They will be very vocal and open during the closed door meeting, and they will also suggest how they can invent and how they can give the ideas. In the very big forum, there a lot of ideas may be missed actually. So I would say that out of your complete network, you can divide 10 or 15 or 20 people, bunch of people, have a closed door meeting in the meeting hall, and then discuss about their problem, their ideas also, and then it will be very much fruitful to capture those ideas and work on that and completely work on the ground level to satisfy or maybe connect to their whatever problem they are facing to exchange those things actually.
You rightly said, Nishant. In fact, I interacted with Nishant just 3 months back in our previous event, Global Artificial Intelligence Summit at Vigyan Bhavan. And post that, I personally visited his office in Gurgaon. And that time this idea came in my mind, and Nishant, we have already initiated one round table meetings, right? Abhi wo formally sabhi ke announced nahi hai, but we started doing that. In that round table meeting, what is going to happen, I'll tell you. There are so many government departments. They need some solutions, right? And you know how the bureaucracy works. तो वहाँ के जो decision makers हैं, उनके साथ में जो actually service provider है, उनके साथ एक meeting fix करना. Not only limiting to government departments, private operators also, because they're being our technology partners or some in other way they are becoming our partners. तो उनका एक closed door session करना, 8-10 startup के साथ मिला के करना. We just experimented on agri-tech last month, और इसको आगे फिर लेके जाएंगे, whatever you suggested. So no doubt we are on it. Yeah. Any more suggestion?
Yes, sir. LinkedIn group would be a better choice because youngsters are not using Facebook anymore, and
I'm in agreement.
Most of my friends don't use it anymore. I can say.
I'm in agreement. So we'll connect on LinkedIn as well, and I don't know. Probably बहुत जल्दी iCrack का भी एक social channel हम लोग launch कर दे.
Yeah, exactly. And उससे advertisement भी होगा.
We have a largest population. Come on, अगर हम उसको करेंगे तो फिर कौन Facebook को पूछेगा और कौन LinkedIn को पूछेगा? हाँ?
Thank you.
Soon, but this will be the social channel. जिस दिन भी वो announce होगा और बहुत जल्दी announce होने वाला है, all of you have to make it social. इसके लिए request नहीं आनी चाहिए. आप लोग खुद उसको largest social community बनाएंगे.
Definitely, sir.
Thanks. Yeah, please. Any more suggestion? Right. So I believe you all have enjoyed a lot. And next session भी हम लोग plan कर रहे हैं. Next is Bangalore. Dates are not freeze. I think in a week's that will be freezed. Nitin, is it freeze or what? What is the date? Bangalore? 28th what? July. Okay, fine. So for startups, so probably we are expecting more than 300-400 startups to be there. Bangalore is anyway one of the largest hub for startups, tech startups rather. So we'll be meeting there as well. And before that, like from today onwards, we will be creating some functions so that we all will be making the community social पे और जो groups बताया है उस पे और जहाँ भी मैंने describe किया है वहाँ पे हम लोग connect करेंगे और यहाँ से हम अपनी startup journey शुरू करेंगे. Right? All the best. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you coming here. Thank you. Thanks to you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would request you to kindly stay back on stage. And if you have any more suggestions, well, you're most welcome to share it with us. And on that note, we would like to felicitate some of our partners for their valuable support and contribution in organizing this entire conclave. So can we have the mementos on stage, please? We'll begin with Plutus Plus Handicrafts Private Limited. Can we have their representative on the stage, please? Let's give it up, everyone, for Plutus Plus Handicrafts Private Limited. Exactly. And I showed you a way to clap yesterday. Yes, can I see both your hands? Like this, like this, like this. You have been sitting there, I guess, since past so many hours now. Let's do a quick stretch. Do a quick stretch. Both your hands up in the air. I want to see both your hands. Come on, guys. Everyone, both your hands. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so keep your hands like that as I'm announcing the next partner. Okay, and I need that big round of applause. Okay, next we have Alpha Advantech LLP 6E. Let's give it up for them. Come on, everybody. Yes, huge round of applause. Is anyone from Alpha team here? Okay. The next partner is Etsum Fintech Private Limited. Can we have someone from Etsum team to kindly join us up on stage? Let's give a huge round of applause for them. Come on, everybody. Thank you so much for your valuable support and contribution. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next we have SecureWeave Research Labs. Let's give it up for SecureWeave, everybody. Thank you so much for all your support and contribution to this conclave. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have SA Power Utilities Private Limited. Let's give it up for them. Come on, everybody. Thank you so much, sir, for your participation. I guess, if I'm not wrong, I just announced for the high tea. I hope all of you had your beverage, tea or coffee. Yes? So I guess you should all be charged up by now, right? So I want to see those claps now, everybody. Next, we have Demand Robotics and Automation Private Limited. Let's give it up for them. Are they here? Next we have Infinity Access Technologies. Let's give it up for Infinity Access, everyone. Thank you so much, sir, for your participation. Next we have AutoNext Automation Private Limited. Let's give it up for AutoNext, everybody. Next we have 5GHZ India Private Limited. Let's give it up for them. Come on, everybody, let's give the clap strong Thank you so much, sir, for a very, very valuable participation. Next, we have Regiro Networks Private Limited. Let's give it up for Regiro, everyone. Do we have the representative here? Okay. Next, we have Awesome Trackers. Let's give it up for Awesome Trackers, everyone. Thank you so much for a valuable participation. Do we have the representative here? Okay. Next, we have Sky Robo Drones. Let's give it up for Sky Robo Drones, everybody. Wow. Next we have Core Champ Technologies Private Limited, and thank you so much for a special gift to the children. Core Champ, everyone, let's welcome them with an applause. Next we have OZU Logistics. Let's give it up for OZU, everybody. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable participation. Next, we have WCB Robotics India Private Limited. Let's give it up for them. Come on, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have coming up Resurgent India. Let's give a huge round of applause for Resurgent, everybody. Do we have the representative here? Okay. Moving on to our next partner, eFruit Mandi. Let's give it up for eFruit Mandi, everyone. Do we have someone from eFruit team to collect the memento? Okay, we have somebody. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable participation. Let's give it up for eFruit Money. Come on, guys, come on. Okay. Now let's give it up for View 360 Degrees. Come on. Can we make some noise for View 360 Degrees, everybody? Let's keep the claps rolling, everybody. Wow. Wow, we are really looking forward to it. Next we have coming up STEM Inspire. Let's give it up for STEM Inspire, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have coming up Yap Cafe. Let's give it up for Yap Cafe. Is anyone present from Yap's team? Okay. Moving on. Next we have coming up Tadpole Projects Private Limited. Let's give it up for Tadpole, everyone. Let's keep the claps rolling, everybody. Let's keep the claps rolling. Whoa. Don't give him ideas, sir. वो उसका भी startup बना देंगे. Next we have coming up Eden Horticulture. Okay. Next, everybody, let's give it up for Equinox Drone. Can we have a huge round of applause for Equinox? Yeah, come on. Is someone present from their team here? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's give it up for Orange Wood Labs. Come on. You're from Orange Wood, that's why you're wearing orange. Next we have coming up E-Ashwa Automotive. Let's give it up for E-Ashwa Automotive. Oh. I just announced for Equinox Drone, no? दो बार कैसे आ गया? Do we have someone from Equinox Drone team here? ये repeat दिया. Next we have coming up Sublime Enterprises. Let's give it up for Sublime Enterprises, everybody. May I now request from Agnikul Cosmos to join us up on stage. Agnikul, okay. Next we have DeFi Aerospace. Let's give it up for DeFi Aerospace. Okay. Next we have coming up TechNidhi Solutions. Let's give it up for TechNidhi Solutions, everybody. Next we have coming up NeuroX Technologies. Let's give it up for NeuroX Technologies. Do we have someone from their team here? Okay. Next we have System Soft Inclusion. Let's give it up for System Soft Inclusion, everyone. Come on, let's keep the claps rolling. Next we have DROR Labs. Let's give it up for DROR. Next we have Ream Automotive Private Limited. Let's give it up for Ream Automotive, everyone. Come on guys, I want to see the energy. Where is the energy? Yes, let's keep the claps rolling, everybody. Next we have Ataware Biodegradable. Ataware Biodegradable. Okay. Next we have AgNext. AgNext. Next we have Manjha Technologies. Are you from AgNext? Okay, please ma'am, please join us up on stage. Let's give it up for AgNext, everyone. Next we have Manjha Technologies. Okay. Next we have our best tech startup. I am sure they must be busy, dealing with their clients. Heliware, everyone. Yeah, as expected. Next we have Z-Mart Wear. Z-Mart Wear. Let's give it up for Z-Mart, everyone. Come on, guys, let's keep the claps rolling. Thank you so much for your participation, Z-Mart. Next, we have Pajasa Agronics. Pajasa Agronics. Wow. Wow. Keep up the hard work. Next we have coming up Herb Chick. Herb Chick. Okay. Next we have Dr. Z. Dr. Z. Next we have Grain Pad. Grain Pad. Next we have Bigusa Technologies. Bigusa Technologies. Let's give it up for Bigusa Technologies, everybody. Thank you so much for your valuable participation. Next we have Orcardly. Orcardly. Next we have Pata Navigations. Let's give it up for Pata Navigations, everybody. Thank you so much, Pata Navigations, for your valuable support and participation. Thank you so much. Next we have Mind and Body Wellness. Mind and Body Wellness. Let's give it up for Mind and Body Wellness, everyone. Next we have EVI Technologies Private Limited. Thank you so much for your valuable participation. Next we have KWCG Vani Industries Private Limited. Let's give it up for KWCG, everyone.
Spin it back.
Let's keep the claps rolling, everybody, for KWCG. Thank you so much for your valuable participation. Next, we would like to thank Skyware Automation Private Limited. Let's give it up for Skyware, everyone. Next, we have Airiac Systems. Let's give it up for Airiac Systems, everybody. Come on, let's keep the claps rolling. Yes. Thank you so much. Next we have E. Ashwa Automotive. Let's give it up for E. Ashwa Automotive, everybody. Next we have Expert Right. Let's give it up for Expert Right, everyone. Come on. Do we have the representative here? Expert Right. Next we have Truck Suvidha. Truck Suvidha. Let's give it up for Truck Suvidha, everybody. Next we have DeepSight AI Labs. Let's give it up for DeepSight AI Labs, everybody. Let's keep the claps rolling. Yes, like this. And next we have Digital Work India Private Limited. Can we have their team on the stage, please? Digital Work. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable participation. Yeah, please, sir, go on. All yours.
हेलो एवरीवन, हमने लॉन्च किया है, हमारी कंपनी का नाम है डिजिटल वर्क इंडिया। हम लोगों ने प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किए रक्षक कोड। रक्षक कोड एक ऐप है, तो मैं उसके कुछ फीचर्स बताता हूँ आपको। अगर सबसे पहला फीचर है इमरजेंसी फंक्शन। अगर किसी का एक्सीडेंट होता है सड़क पे और उस पर क्यूआर कोड लगा हुआ है, तो आप उस बंदे की जान बचा सकते हैं उस क्यूआर कोड को स्कैन करके। और आप लोगों का नंबर एक पार्टी का नंबर थर्ड पार्टी पे नहीं जाएगा, ये सिक्योरिटी फीचर है उसका। एंड आपको इंश्योरेंस, पीयूसीसी एंड अगर आपकी गाड़ी कहीं पे टो होती है या फिर पार्किंग इश्यूज होते हैं तो कोई भी थर्ड पर्सन आपको कॉल करके बता सकता है। थैंक यू।
Brilliant idea. Thank you so much, sir. I would request you to kindly stay back for like 1 more minute. Well, that was an action-packed day. Lots of interesting panel discussions and presentations. I hope all of you enjoyed it. Did you find it interesting? Yes, please raise your hand if you found it interesting. Yes? So can we give it up for a brilliant speaker lineup that we had? For all the delegates for making time and joining us here today. Let's keep the claps rolling, keep the claps rolling. And last but not the least, the brilliant team of ICRA, who have put in a lot of hard work and worked late nights for making this entire conclave happen. Let's give a huge round of applause for the entire ICRA team. Alka ma'am, Nitin sir, Homa, all the people who are present here. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me announce it for all of them. Can we have the entire ICRA team up on stage? Come on. Please join us up. Okay, now we're going to take a group picture, but before that, I would like to say something. First of all, ICRA, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be the voice and face of this conclave. And I completely loved it here. I felt like a team member, and I'm going to take a quick group picture now as a team member. right, everyone. Well, that is all for the day. This is your MC, Namrita Sehrawat, signing off. And I look forward to see you all next year. Thank you. Thank you so much once again.
Where?
टेबल पे चेक किया क्या स्लाइडर?